estimated that across Latin America and the Caribbean alone, that there are approximately 102 million people living in urban slums. That approximately 70% of the world's population does not have secure access to land and property. No secure documentation or no form of documentation, formal documentation to the land and property on which they live. As you would expect, this significantly compromises our efforts at achieving the Global Sustainable Development Goals, more specifically Goals 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 11, and 16. What I like to call the land goals, specifically because of their association and the role they play for us within the land and property sector.
Enjoy the other basic rights. It starts with the initial right to secure tenure, because you cannot enjoy the right to life if you do not have the right to health. You cannot enjoy the right to health if you do not have the right to access information. You cannot enjoy that right also if you do not have the right to an adequate basic standard of living. And in order for you to have the right to that adequate basic standard of living, you then need to have the right to secure tenure. So that right prevents people from fear of arbitrary eviction, because arbitrary eviction destroys people's identity, it destroys people's confidence, and it places young people in a vicious cycle of poverty. Because land is interlinked to livelihoods. Land is interlinked to basic social services. But not only do they need the access to that land, they need the right to use that land, the right to own it, and the right to have the confidence that they can trade on that land without fear that someone will take it away from them in the future.
I think it's very important to talk about youth and land, because when you can understand how the youth are organizing themselves in the territories, it's easier to address their needs and desires. So we've been talking about, for example, good land governance and participation, so how the youth participation decision-making process to address their needs, formally and informally, and also how can we redesign public spaces and help to bring solutions for cities. And we are talking about job opportunities, so how we are addressing job opportunities, and also tenure secure and livelihoods. So it's a lot of issues that we are dealing with, and it's all correlated to land. So the point is, and we are not awareness that this is all these issues are related to land, and the point is how the youth are participating, and why land is important to youth. So if we are not considering the youth as a category, important category, we can't develop policies for them, to guarantee their rights. So for me, it's very important if we can have this to bring this point of view to the table for our discussions.
There is therefore an urgent need for greater and more functional partnerships between governments, international development organizations, civil society organizations, and key stakeholders within the private sector towards the development of policies, institutional frameworks, the land administration mechanisms that support land registration, land value capture, land use management, land development, all in support of land tenure security, efficient land markets, effective land use management, sustainable urbanization, affordable housing, and the list goes on and on. It's really encouraging to know that organizations such as the World Bank and USAID have made significant commitments to helping countries all across the developing world improve their land and property systems. The World Bank has committed approximately $1 billion, whereas USAID has committed approximately $300 million. But these contributions within themselves speak volumes about the global challenge and how important it is for us to address the issue of land tenure security and all the other associated issues that follow on.